activities in his service under the direction of a pure devotee of the Lord. So we welcome Maharaj, the pure devotee of the Lord, to hear from him from Mukunda-mālā-stotra. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Tava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Upijana Vallava Girivaradhana Upijana Vallava Girivaradhana Sudanandana Rajajanandana Sudanandana Rajajanandana Yamunati 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 Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjavi Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjavi Radha Gopijana Vallava Girivara Gopijana Vallava Girivara Sudananda Prajajanaranda Sudananda Prajajanaranda Yamunati Yamunati Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada 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 Sila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Sila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Gurudev 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 Jai Gurudev Jai Jai Gurudev 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 Jai Gurudev Jai Deva Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Jayam Vishnupat Paramahamsa Pariva Jagacharya Astu Tarastasisma the Divine Grace ISKCON founder Acharya Jagat Guru Sri Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupat Paramahamsa Pariva Jagacharya Astu Tarastasisma the Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Guru Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Sila Haridasa Kura ki jai. Prem ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shyama Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Mathura Dham ki jai, Navadu Mayapur Dham ki jai, Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Ganges Mai ki jai, Tulasi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Itai Gaura Primalandi. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vijay Bhakti Swami Mr. Krishna Parashita Gaurakarani Sakti Vasicharachana Om Agyan Nirandasya Yananjana Salakaya Chakshulun Malitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Bhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Pandiyam Sri Gurun Sri Utapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vidantam Sajivan Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lita Sri Vasakantam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhi Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakal Pataru Prascha Kripasun Divyaye Vasha Paditanam Pavavyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki jai Srila Kulaśekhara Maharaj ki jai Mukunda-mālā-stotra ki jai. So we are taking our lesson today from Mukunda-mālā-stotra, text 21. Translation incorporated by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. All glories alone Narayan. What a remembrance of his lotus feet. Recitation of scripture is merely crying in the wilderness. Regular observance of severe vows enjoined in the Vedas is no more than a way to lose weight. Execution of prescribed pious duties is like pouring oblations onto the ashes. And bathing at various holy sites is no better than an elephant's butt. It's very strong. Very strong. The words of acharyas are always very strong. Very strong. Because they're like good doctors who will not leave any disease behind when they're treating any patient. So the Bhakti-siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada has mentioned that a sycophant cannot be a guru. Sycophant cannot be a guru. Sycophant means a flatterer. How will you feel like if you go to a doctor and say, "Oh, doctor, terrible migraine. So please, don't worry. Just sleep. You'll be fine. Just sleep." Will you think that is a doctor? Will you sleep there? You sleep there, will die before you wake up. You die because migraine is extreme headache and piercing pain is there. No, a good doctor will give you more pain in the process of relieving that. By the time he finishes his own pain, the migraine ought to be gone, be free. That's a good doctor. So here, Kulaśekhara is teaching us that we should do things with purpose. We should try to be purposeful. We should know the goal of everything that we're doing. All glory to Lord Narayan. Without remembrance of his lotus feet. So, what is the purpose of reciting the scriptures? Parrot will go back to Godhead. Parrots, they'll go back to Godhead. Parrot can memorize everything perfectly. Memorize everything perfectly and repeat it exactly. That is parrot. But the devotees, parrot is a devotee because it has memory power, can memorize even, understand all the scripture perfectly and recite it. During our early days, we always have a drama at the end of every Sunday lecture. Every Sunday lecture, we end it with a drama. And all the dramas are very, very powerful teachings. So one of those days, one of those dramas you should do this is a pastime of a cobbler and an accomplished brahmana. Cobbler, a shoe mender, not a shoemaker, shoe mender. He's a shoe mender. It means that he has no money. He hangs in the street to wash people's shoe, polish it for them, and he repair it. But he is not opulent to have a shop and make the shoes himself. He can only amend because he's poor. So he's a shoe mender. So although he is very poor materially, and he's a shoe mender, he was spiritually very rich. So Lord Krishna wants to teach us all these technical things so we can be able to have a true understanding about what is spiritual, what is material, what should be avoided, what should be accepted. So this story is there. An accomplished brahmana who has read the scripture and crossed the ocean. Yeah, crossed the ocean of the Veda. So that's yes. It's a big vijay. Big vijay. So in a social dealings, in a society, which of the two is most important? According to Vedic culture, brahmanas are the head. Who is a cobbler? It's not exist, not a non-entity. But spiritually, he is a pure devotee and a Digvijay It's ordinary person. He said here, recitation of scripture is merely crying in the wilderness. No benefit. Who hears a person cry in the wilderness? Who hears? Who hears somebody cry in the thick forest? Only jackals will hear, or tiger will hear, and come to make a feast. Regular observance of severe vows and join in the Vedas is no more than a way to lose weight. Yeah, many people do that. Majority of people do hatha yoga for losing weight, not for Krishna consciousness. So they say, to illustrate, a cobbler and a Brahmin who has studied the scriptures from this side to that side. He crossed the ocean, but he didn't see anybody. He didn't see anybody. So Jiva Goswami also crossed the ocean of the Vedas, but he saw Narayan. He saw Narayan as obeisance is offered to him here. Jiva Goswami saw Narayan after crossing the ocean of the Vedas. For this Brahmana, Vedic Brahmana, he crossed the ocean, he didn't see Narayan. The cobbler, he did not read the scripture, but he saw Narayan. So one day Narada Muni was going to Vaikuntha, and he met two of them. The cobbler said, my dear Lord, you go everywhere. This time, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to Narayan. Say, oh, my dear Lord, please. When you get there, please, beg my Lord, how many lifetimes remain for me before he will allow me to come to him? I'm trying to serve him, but I'm so unfortunate person. But just to have idea, it's okay. I will ask that question. He made the Brahman. The Brahman also requested that the morning. When you get to Narayan, please ask him how many lifetimes remain for me to come. I mean, it's okay. So he went to Narayan, and all the courtesies observed. So when he was coming back, he said, yes, my Lord. When I was coming to see you, I met two of your devotees. They are curious. They want to know, when will you call them back? One of them is a cobbler, a Sudra. And one is a first class. He is now commenting on the Vedas. So they would like to know, when will you call them? The Ramoni said, what should I tell them when I get back? So Lord Narayan said, oh, Naradaji, when you get back there, tell the cobbler that he's coming now. So what the Brahman? Tell him 7 lifetimes. Eh? Why? Well, Narayan said, I will not give you the answer. When you get back there, you get the answer yourself. So I'll give you an experiment. When you get back there, they're going to ask you to tell them which of my activities you met me doing. Tell them I was trading the eye of a needle with a cow. And you get the answer from there. Then say, yeah, what do you say? Trading the eye of a needle with a cow. Tell them like that. That's what I was doing when you met me. You get your answer. So Narabuni, such a message, what deliberation. If you're thinking about it, and the journey will be very short, because you'll be absorbed in this, very eager to meet them and get the answer. Because himself, as a preacher, you like to get more experience to add to your experience. So make your teaching very, very strong. So Narmani was very eager to learn. So he came down, met the Brahmana. Oh, Naradaji, you're back? He said, yes, 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 I'm back now. I just came, just now I arrived. Oh, great. Yes, tell me. How many lifetimes? I'm coming now. I think it's confirmed. The Lord told you that I'm coming now. Somebody say, no, sir. Why? The Lord says 7 lives. Oh, 7 lifetimes. Are you sure you got there? Did you see the Lord? I'm going to say, yes, I saw the Lord. Okay, okay. And he told me 7 lifetimes? Yes, he said 7. What is on mount? He told me 7. The Brahmana said, impossible. I'm coming now. Maybe you didn't hear it well. Anyway, for me to be sure that you really had it the Lord and you saw him, he told me, what did you see him doing when you met him? The money said, amazing. It was amazing. The Lord was threading the eye of a needle with the cow. The Brahmana freaked out. Impossible. Do you understand what is a needle and the cow? And we said, yes, I saw them. You saw it? Yeah, yes, I saw the Lord. He didn't go there. Get out. Get out. So Namudi went to the cobbler. The cobbler was so happy to see Namudi. He did Abhishekam for him from the tears of his eyes. The tears of love of Godhead from his house. Seeing a sadhu was in bliss. And in this case, the sadhu is coming directly from Lord Narayan. So the cobbler said, my dear, what is my situation? The Lord said, the Lord said, this is the last bed for you. You are coming back now. The cobbler fainted unconscious. My Lord is so merciful, so kind that he's taking me back. Yes, now he said yes. He told me directly that they are coming back now. He was so happy to increase his happiness, his bliss, his Christian consciousness. Say, my dear Naradaji, when you met the Lord, what was he doing? He has unlimited person, but which one was he doing when you met him? When he repeated the same thing, amazing pastime, amazing. I saw the Lord. Lord Narayan was threading the eye of a needle with the cow. The cobbler fainted again. There's nothing my Lord can do. Yes, that is Narayan. And when you say, believe that, say, why not? You believe, do you know what is a needle and a cow? You say, yes, yes, I know a needle, I know a cow. Not the needle in the cow in the needle, through the eye of the needle. Say, yes, yes, I understand you. Understand? You believe the Lord is, yes, why not? Why not? Is it not Narayan? Say, so is Narayan. So what is the problem? He can do more than that. And that's okay. That is okay. Now I got my answer. That the Digvijay did not believe the Lord can do that, but he has studied the Vedas. The cobbler did not study the Vedas, but he believed it. He accepted. See the reactions. So here, Kulaśekhara Maharaj is saying, if we don't have the Krishna, if you don't love Krishna, you don't love Narayan, we are not devotee of Lord Narayan. Everything we are doing is useless. Everything is useless. It's what Kulaśekhara is teaching us. What the reason of reciting scripture? People are not reciting that to please Krishna as a glorification to Krishna. And the purpose is to get ourselves purified to be able to serve the Lord better. So what's the value? What's the use of that? There's no value. I just also remember Mangalacarana in Krishna Kanamrit, Mangalacarana. He said, my dear Lord, if I have your mercy, what else? If I don't have your mercy, what else? What else? The same thing. If you have your mercy, then I have everything. If I don't have your mercy, I have nothing. That's what it means. Right? So they are saying the same thing. This is how one understands what is absolute. What is absolute is consistent. Consistency shows what is absolute. Because what is absolute is not affected by time, by place, or circumstance. Not affected. It's eternal. So Biba Mangalacarana is speaking. They didn't have he did not attend the lecture from Kulaśekhara Maharaj to say his own experience. He's saying his own experience. They are the same. Then there's another quote there from Narada Panchayatra. Narada Muni is also himself, he's speaking. Radi to yadi hari tata tapasa tata kim. Yes. Yes. Regular observance of severe vows enjoined in the Vedas. The Vedas recommend regular vows, Kartik Vrat, right? Kartik Vrat is there. Ekadasi Vrat is there. Payo Vrat is there. All kinds of Vrats are all there. What is the value if it is not Krishna we are looking for? Useless. It is nothing. It's no more than a way of losing weight. Physical exercise. Execution of prescribed pious duties is like pouring oblations onto ashes. If you pour oblations on ashes, it will produce fire? No. And if it doesn't produce fire, what is the purpose? Useless, completely useless. And bathing at various holy sites is no better than an elephant's bath. And people go to holy places to take a bath. After bathing, what do? They're smoking, they're drinking. So what is the use? Purpose of going to holy places? And that was those days. These days, people go to holy places for what? Cell phone. They call it selfie, right? Selfie. Selfish. To selfish. That's what people go to holy places now to do. Taking pictures. Not seeing Lord Narayan. They don't see Lord Narayan in the temple. They don't hear about Narayan from pure devotees. They don't seek for pure devotees. The Vedas enjoined, recommended that we should visit holy places so that we can, because those holy places are frequented by sadhus, or in some places the sadhus, they reside there. So when we go there, then we'll hear. We'll not hear sadhus in the house, except we invite them. But when we go to holy places, we'll be able to hear them. That is the purpose. The Vedas recommended we should visit holy places, not sightseeing. Now we are going for sightseeing, making a show, taking pictures to come and show people we have visited. No, Prabhu, Chadam. Yes. You don't know? In my life, Chadam. I've been to Haridwar, Rishikesh, Rameshwara, and Puri. Yes, I've gone to all of these places. And in each of these places I visited, I give donations. I give, what, how much did he give? 1 rupee. And then when somebody gave me 1 rupee, I said I should give you receipt. I just look at man. I should give you receipt. 1 rupee. And he take a short, what do you call it? Screenshot. Send it to his family. How charitable he is in Nigeria. They will not see the amount in the receipt. They will not see the amount in the receipt. Because they don't speak English, so they will not see the amount. So what is the use of all these things? Huh? We're going to holy places for betting, not to hear sadhus, not to do any damn sale. Oh, doing something with what going to a holy place. It is condemned. That is condemned. So Kulaśekhara Maharaj is giving us his realization. In other words, we shouldn't just do things whimsically. Swami warned us like that. To reject rules and regulations of the scripture whimsically, or to follow them whimsically, both are condemned. Remembrance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the goal of all spiritual practices. That is the goal. And when we are doing something, there is a purpose. There's a purpose of everything that we do. Just like when he's eating, there's a purpose. Oh, yeah, there's a purpose why we're sleeping. There's a purpose why we're going on a journey. There's a purpose. Everything has a purpose. What is the purpose of all the religious practices which we do? What is the purpose? It is to realize Krishna. Therefore, if you are not practicing this thing to realize Krishna, it is useless. Pouring ghee on the ashes. It will not bring fire. Or elephant betting. Elephant, after betting, immediately pour sand back again on the body. So what is the use of betting? It's foolishness. So we should not foolishly practice Krishna consciousness. We should not foolishly, properly said, blind following and absurd inquiry condemned in the scripture. About Gita, 424 purport. Blind following and absurd inquiries condemned. Blind following means what? We are doing something without a purpose, or the purpose is mundane. There's no spiritual benefit in it, or we are doing it for name. So the purpose is defeated. One moment remembrance of Lord Krishna is the greatest fortune, and a moment forgetfulness of him is the greatest loss. Therefore, even the important religious duties mentioned in this verse becomes null and void if they do not lead to remembrance of Krishna. Sutta Goswami said the same thing. Sutta Goswami or Karisi said the same thing in the first canto of Bhagavatam. Prabhupada always quoted that. Always Prabhupada quote it. A lot. Prabhupada quote it a lot. Yes. Dharma sanu tista pum som. Isakshena kata shuyahar. Not pad yet. Yadira tin shrama evahi kevala. Shrama evahi kevala. Useless labor. Useless labor. It's a labor, but useless. The occupational activities a man performs according to his position. According to one position recommended in the scripture, we have prescribed duties in the scripture to perform. Even though these activities are recommended for us to perform, the sages are telling us we shouldn't do it if they will not provoke attraction for Krishna. That's the next verse. The occupational activities a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message or the personality of Godhead. This is 128. 128. 128. They are what? So much a useless labor. It's a useless labor. Useless. If they do not provoke attraction. So that means that although the scripture has prescribed a duty for us to do, we should not do them. We should do only if we are going to do it in the way that our love for Krishna will develop. That's the only qualification we have. Otherwise, don't do it. Even though they are recommended for us. It's very important. Very important for us. Studying the scriptures, visiting temples, observing vows, none of this is unimportant or dispensable for devotees. King Kulaśekhara, therefore, condemns them only when they are improperly performed in the name of religion. For example, the studies and meditations of the impersonalists who deride the personal spiritual form of the absolute truth are useless. Other useless acts will include austerities performed for political ends or demigod worship aimed at winning material boons, like the Dakota, the thief who was going to offer Jat Bharat to Kali Durga so that he can get more money, he can get a son. For that, he want to sacrifice the Mahabhagavat for material boons. This is condemned. All these activities are condemned. The renunciants may become very skinny, but he will not please the Lord, and therefore he himself will not be pleased at heart. So, what is the use of these austerities? When there is nothing but the fatigue, there's no benefit other than the suffering which one will undergo by performing this austerity. As stated in another Pancharatra, Haradito yadi hari tapasha tata kim. Naradito yadi hari tapasha tata kim. As the opposite, the opposite and the negative. The positive and the negative. Antara bahiri jadi hari tapasa tata kim. Na antara bahiri jadi hari tapasa tata kim. If one is worshipping Lord Hari, what is the use of severe penances? And if one is not worshipping Lord Hari, what is the use of severe penances? Huh? We are told Boga Tyaga Krishna Prutya. We are giving up sense gratification, which is austerity, for listening, for getting, for Hari. So if our austerities, if our activities, if everything else we're doing, the jagya, is the tapasya, is the charity, is whatever we do, swadhyaya jagya, if they are not to please Lord Krishna, they are all useless. What is the use of doing them? There's no use doing them because they are all useless. Useless. Better we shouldn't do them. Because by doing them, we are simply wasting our own time and we forget what we're supposed to do. If one can understand that Lord Hari is all pervading, what is the use of severe penances? And if one cannot understand that Lord Hari is all pervading, what is the use of severe penances? A successful devotee has learned to think of the Lord in every conceivable circumstance. Thinking of Krishna is not something to be practiced only when we are removed from our daily occupation, as in solitary meditation. This is an eternal occupation for the soul, not something for recreation. Rather, Lord Krishna instructed Arjuna to remember me and fight. To remember me and fight. In other words, we are meant to carry out our daily duties and at the same time think of Krishna. Lord Chaitanya's injunction to always chant the names of Krishna is the same instruction given in such a way that we can happily and easily follow it. In the advanced stage, a devotee effortlessly remembers Krishna out of spontaneous love. In the beginning and intermediate stages, one can also think of Krishna day and night by chanting the holy name and molding one's activities in his service under the direction of a pure devotee of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you very much for this nectarian lecture and instructions. Now, if anyone has any questions for Maharaj, if you could please raise your hand or send your question in the chat box. Thank you. Romin Mihla Mataji, if you could please unmute and ask your question. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisance, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, my question is, Maharaj, when we do menial work at home, it is easy to remember Krishna all the time. But when we doing office work, then it is really difficult. It is said that, if I understood correctly, Maharaj, that initially we just keep on chanting, as the last paragraph it says, we should keep on chanting, and that is a way to remember Krishna. And later stage, we will spontaneously remember Krishna all the time. So, does it mean that during our office work also, if we can chant, keep on chanting, but practically how it is possible? Kindly guide on that.
Yes. The office work we're doing is in direct service. So it's in direct Krishna consciousness because we're using the the profit in serving Krishna, maintaining ourselves, and practicing Krishna consciousness. So it is indirect devotional service. It is not direct, but indirect devotional service. And that is what Prabhupada meant by dovetailing. Prabhupada use the word dovetail. So, yes, it may not be directly devotional service, but it is connected to Krishna because you, the devotee, is there. And whatever end we are spending for Krishna. So that is Krishna consciousness. One will eventually come to that stage.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Jayananda Prabhu, you have a question. If you could please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Krishna Maharaj,
Krishna.
please accept my humble obeisances as a just of BDDSwami Maharaj.
Thank you.
Guru Maharaj, we see that when there is the Kartik festival, so for the whole month, devotees are like very enthusiastic to follow the rules and regulation, and some they are like very strict, not eating grains or whatever is prescribed in the different scriptures. But they miss the real point that all these are they are meant to increase our love or attraction for the, like you mentioned, for the message of the Lord in the Srimad Bhagavatam. We miss this point, but we are more like obsessed by following the rules and regulations. So we see that here Kulaśekhara is he is condemning this type of austerity or spiritual practice. So how we can come out of this type of mentality?
We can come out of our ignorance only when we hear. So before we go into all those rituals that we do, then we should hear what is the purpose of all those things. That is why our acharyas have put all these things down. You should hear. If you don't hear, we're not going to know the purpose. And if you don't know the purpose, our activities are useless. Lord Krishna told his father, those who do things in knowledge, they are happy because the result is good. And those who do things in ignorance are not happy because the result is not good. So how will we get knowledge? It's by hearing. Should hear. You want to get out of our nonsense, we should hear carefully what are the purpose of all the vrat we are doing. And it is nicely explained here, very nicely. So when we study and understand these things, then we can do them properly and the result will be achieved. Otherwise, we are wasting our time. That's all. Next.
Hare Krishna, Abhishek Bhatt Prabhu, if you could please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Shila Gurudev, Tanvat Pranam. Gurudev, thank you so much for your lecture and blessings. Just returned from Mayapur Dham 2 hours back. Thank you, Gurudev, for all your blessings.
Welcome back from the Dham.
Thank you, Gurudev. Gurudev, my question is that you said that as everything we do as in sacrifice to Krishna should be pleasing to Krishna. So Gurudev, how we can imbibe this consciousness, everything like if we are eating or sleeping or doing anything, how can we stay in that consciousness that it is a loving offering to Guru and staying in that mood, Gurudev?
We should hear continuously. We should regularly hear. We should hear regularly. And Prabhupada has established this movement so we can hear. Let us hear. We should endeavor to hear. When we hear, we will understand. And when we understand, we practice what we have been taught. If we do that, we will transcend all dualities.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Aryan Prabhu, if you could please unmute and ask your question. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Shila Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for your lecture. I had a question, Gurudev. At last you said we should take knowledge from a pure devotee, as Lord Krishna said. So how do we know this devotee is the pure devotee of the Lord?
Hearing.
Okay.
If you hear, you will understand.
Okay.
The
Okay.
Prabhupada said you cannot know a fool until he speaks. Similarly, you know a wise person when he speaks. You know a pure devotee when he speaks. So we should hear.
Okay.
And if we ourselves were devotee, we will know who is a devotee. If we are not devotee, we will never know who is a devotee. Not possible. But we know immediately who is a devotee by being a devotee. This one will show us.
Okay.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna,
very
Gurudev.
Thank you. Marge, we have a few questions in the chat. We have a
Yes.
question. Isha Mataji. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. So I am typing my question. What is dharma? Is dharma in religion the same?
So Prabhupada explained in First Canto, chapter 2, text 7. Text 7. That dharma and religion are not the same. They are different. Is 7 or 6? 6. Let me see. Sabai pumsa paro dharma. Sabai pumsa para dharma. Tado bhakti radoksija. Ahai tukki apote hata ajjatma suprasidati. Jena atma suprasidati. It's from different stock. It's a different stock. They mean the same. They mean the same. So Prabhupada explained in the purport that usually dharma means religion. But in a real sense, religion can change. One is a Christian, can become a Hindu, like my case. I know the case. Someone is a Christian, become a Muslim. Muslim can become something. Even if it's not in one lifetime, next lifetime it is changed. So it's not the same. The word dharma means the intrinsic nature of the soul, our eternal occupation that does not change. That's dharma. So, what is that will not change? Service does not change in any species of life that we take. Service doesn't change. It is always there with the soul. So, all fragmental part of Krishna have the tendency to do something. That is our nature. So you say constitutional position. So the constitutional position of the soul is that we are eternal servant of Krishna. That is dharma. That cannot change. One may be a pilot this lifetime, but next life is no question of being a pilot. It may be an aeronautic engineer. It's different. or carpenter mentioned. Animal, yes. A tree. But in any species that we take, something could not change is the service. So devotional service to Krishna is Dharma. That's our occupational duty, Dharma for Krishna. That is how properly explained it. And it is logical, scientific, as Prabhupada have put it. We have purposely denoted Dharma as occupation. See? Occupation. Because the root meaning of the word Dharma is that which sustains the one's existence. Duty, service, activity. A living being's sustenance of existence is to coordinate his activities with his eternal relation with the Supreme Lord, Krishna. Krishna is the eternal pivot of living beings, and he is the all-attractive living entity or eternal form among all other living beings, or eternal forms. Each and every living being has his eternal form in a spiritual existence, and Krishna is eternal attraction for all of them. A proper purport. So it's different. But in a common way, a general way for all of us to understand is that Dharma means religion. That is a common way. But if we want to go into detail, it is different. All right?
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Now we have one more question from the chat from Dhanima Devi. Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances unto the dust of your lotus feet. Srila Gurudev, is it that some persons can get attracted to holy places of Lord Krishna, but they don't remember Lord Krishna through the process of sadhana and do things whimsically? Is it useless if these persons go to holy places?
That is what Kulaśekhara Maharaj is saying, that it is useless for us to go to holy places, or not we are going there to learn how to remember Krishna, to learn how to serve Krishna. It's useless. That's a formula. Yeah. We will not get anything if you simply go to a holy place for betting, Kumbh-mālā. Betting. Kumbh-mālā is next year. So millions of people are going there. What are they going? For betting. But Srila Prabhupada said, I did not come here for betting. I came here to preach. That's Kumbh-mālā. Preaching Krishna consciousness. That is our duty. Not betting. So we should follow Srila Prabhupada. All right.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Jayananda Prabhu, could you please unmute? Thank you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Well, I have one question here. It is like, please clarify how the disciples should seek help and take advice from the spiritual master. Clarify with example. A question like that.
The way a disciple should take help from the spiritual master?
Yes, clarify how the disciples should seek help and take advice from the spiritual master.
A disciple should come before the spiritual master with submission and ask questions that will benefit him or her and the world. Ask question, how can we make advancement in Christian consciousness? These are the questions The disciples should ask, how can I make advancement in the Krishna cause? What are the ways I should follow to become a good devotee? What is the best way I can serve you that will be pleased, not imposing what I want to do? Majority of us do like that. We never ask Guru to tell us what he wants us to do. We only go to tell him what we want to do. He will say yes, but that is not the best. Because you have seen our consciousness is not pure. If you say no, we will make a lot of offenses. To help reduce offenses, we may say yes. But that is for inexperienced disciple. An experienced disciple will not do that. He will ask what he should do that will please the spiritual master, to make the spiritual master happy and satisfied. Because, as Papa said, the satisfaction of the spiritual master is the secret of success in Krishna consciousness. 934 purport. The secret of success in Krishna consciousness. It will satisfy the spiritual master by our sincere service. That is the way to approach. Not that you come and ask spiritual master so many whimsical questions. So many whimsical questions they come to ask the spiritual master. Oh, Gurudev. Gurudev. Why am I suffering like this? We are suffering like this because we didn't behave well in the past life. So Prabhupada say we should know why we are suffering. So there's no need to ask. We should know why we are suffering. All of us should know why we are suffering. We should know that. If we don't know that, then we are not good disciples. We should know. Do we ask a Guru, why am I enjoying like this? Do we ask Guru like that? Gurudev, why am I enjoying so much? Like, just see my life. Do we ask like that? All kinds of whimsical things come to us as spiritual master. They're all useless. Gurudev, I need my first child to be a boy. You can give me Gurudev. You have power, you know everything, you know everything, you are pure devotee of Krishna. Yes, a pure devotee of Krishna because you want him to fulfill our material desires. John Lennon's wife, John Lennon's wife, Yoko Ono. So she asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, I love my husband so much, and Swamiji, give me a blessing that next life I will have him again as my husband. Prabhupada said, that is not my business. That is not my business. That's a blessing you want. Swamiji. You can go to Himalayas, you get Naga Papa, she will bless you like that. But the pure devotee is to bless you to go back and back to God. That is a blessing you should ask from Sister Mercy. One disciple will come to Gurudev, and they are blessing. He goes, yeah, it's my duty to bless as a disciple. So what blessing do you want? I want to go to America. I want you to go back. No, Gurudev, I want you to go back to God. Please, Gurudev, bless me. I want to go to America. Please, Gurudev. That blessing I need. I don't want to go to Godhead now. Mumsika, all these offense is an offense. It's an offense. We'll hold grudge in the Guru in the mind. You're not sending me to America, then what do I have as my Guru? I made mistake to have accepted this as my Guru. Become very offensive because it's offensive mentality. What do you ask Guru? Gurudev, are you sending me back to Godhead this time? Tell me now if you're sending me back to Godhead. I want to know from you. I'm asking you, are you sending me back to Godhead? Very, very dangerous mentality. Very dangerous mentality. If we send you to Godhead, what will you do there? To go and ask Krishna to give you more chapatis. What will you do there? Hmm? Gurudev, can you give me this girl? This is the girl I want to marry in my life. Gurudev, this is the girl. This is the girl I want. This Prabhu should be my husband. If you don't give me this Prabhu, Gurudev, if you don't give me this Prabhu as my husband, you're giving me so many services to do, but you're not taking care of me. I need the husband. You're not giving me this one. This one I want. That is very offensive mentality. These are not the things the devotees should keep in their heads or should ever think of. We are not qualified to be disciples. Not to be a devotee, not a disciple. Disciples have qualifications. The Bhagavad Gita told us 3 things. Panipata. Prashnena, and Sevaya. All right, Prabhu.
Yes, thank you, Maharaj. I have one more question. One devotee requested me to ask you this question, Maharaj. When we have pictures of the road, like posters having pictures of the road, so how, if they have become old or have been thrown, how we can dispose them? What the ways of disposal?
Picture of the Lord.
Yes.
Yes.
Like if these have become old or have been thrown out.
Okay.
So then how we dispose? He was asking this question.
Okay.
Like, is there any mantra that we have to chant so that we can
They don't have
the
mantra.
person?
You don't have any mantra. I don't need any mantra. You can dispose them in the water. Or if it's a paper, you can bury them on the ground. Or dispose them in the water. Just like murti. That's the way to dispose them. No
And
specific
burning,
mantra to chant.
by burning, is it bona fide, Maharaj?
Dispose in the water. To bury them. If they are papers.
Yes. And like cloth.
Like?
Cloth, like towel of the Lord have been used.
So well, you can use them. You can use this. You can use it. We can use them. Who never say we should use them? We're already taking prasadam. We're taking Krishna prasadam. So you can use them also. Not an offense if you use them.
But sometimes we get like Maha of the Lord from the temple. Like
I'm saying that you can use them or you worship them, and if they are worn out completely, dispose them in the water.
Yeah. Thank you, Maharaj.
Hari Bol. So we can take a break now for today.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for your wonderful instructions and perfect answers to the questions. Your association, we look forward very much to next week, verse 22 on Monday, and tomorrow for the Bharat Maharaj series. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Srila
Hari
Bhakti
Hari
Dhira
Bol.
ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Right.
Hare Krishna. Kulaśekhara Maharaj ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.